you know, that there were wonderful poetry set to music, you know, and they were sung. When we were in the giant igloo, we would only have one drum, and the drum would be set, you know, on the floor in the middle, and the person who was going to play the drum would pick the drum up, and his wife or some relative of his would start to sing a song. Like he would introduce, you know, the song that she was going to sing, and a lot of the people around would know the song, and he would join in, and he would start, and he would get right into the, you know, the whole spirit of the song, you know, and it was absolutely wonderful. And Alpilawic said something that I had never really witnessed, but he said the third reason for those pisits was for justice. Because we had, before, you know, we had, you know, those Canadian laws, and, you know, just about all, you know, Canadian laws are based on the Bible. You know, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not, you know, do this and that kind of thing. They're mostly based on the Ten Commandments. But before we had those, we had to have rules, we had to have laws in our communities, and that's why we survived for thousands of years. It's because we had our own rules, you know. When we were all gathered, there would be some, you know, like people were not always good, you know. So if he was in the habit of beating his wife, you know, it was looked down upon, and we didn't accept that kind of behavior. So what I would do is I would write a song, and I would, in the middle of this huge gathering when everybody was there, I would go down and I would pick up the drum and I would start to sing my song. And I wouldn't point to him, but everybody would know who I was talking about. I would say, you know, I know you beat your wife, you know, that's all right. Let me help you beat your wife. There's a great big old ship way over on the other side of the bay. We'll go over there and we will tear out some timbers from that big ship, and we'll come back and I'll help you beat your wife with those big, you know, big sticks. And, you know, and I would just mock him.
You would feel ashamed? He would feel ashamed?
Yeah. He would feel ashamed, you know, of all this. Like, I would mock him right in the middle of, you know, everybody all gathered around. Like, I wouldn't point to him directly, but everybody would know who I was talking about. And when I was finished, I would put the drum down, you know, and put the, you know, the knocker back in the, you know, under the handle, and I would put it back. And I would get back to my place in the circle. And now he can pick up that drum, and he can answer my charge. Because it was a two-way communication. Like, or if you didn't have an answer, you know, you could leave the community and go somewhere else. But when you had, you know, mended your ways, and you felt like you wanted to belong to the community again, next time you could pick up that drum and you could answer to the charge, and you know, you would be forgiven. You know, like we had to forgive. So that's the importance of all this, you know, drumming and singing. Just thought I'd share that with you.